तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at Star Theatre in North Kolkata on 14th December 1884, when he went there to witness the drama on Prahlada, the king of devotees, despite being the son of a demon, Hiranyakashipu. And the topic was on bhakti. This appears in the third volume of the original Bengali text, Sri Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita, 3.11.3, subsection 3. In the second volume of the Hindi translation, Sri Ramakrishna Vachanamrit, 204.3, and under chapter 35 of the chronologically presented English rendering, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So we have been discussing this episode since June 2019, and the reason for deliberating on this topic so elaborately is that Sri Ramakrishna has repeatedly said that bhakti is the way of this age. Kulite Naradiya Bhakti. So first of all, we discussed what are the grades of bhakti. First, it comes as nishtha, then it evolves into bhakti, and bhakti culminates into bhava. Bhakti pakle bhava. And in bhava also there are 5 categories: shanto, dasya, sakhya, vatsalya, madhur. And we have been discussing the third gradation of this bhava, sakhya bhava, having a relation. Bhava means making a relationship with God, making God an intimate being of our personality. So sakhya bhava is having a relation of friend. In each incarnation of God, God comes with an ideal friend. While discussing the different bhavas, the attitudes, we have found that this sakhya bhava is dearest to God. God likes this relation most, because here the devotee becomes equal with God, not one. The devotee becomes equal with God. And the relation of God and the devotee are complementary to each other. They stand hand in hand. It's a very sacred, divine and blessed relation between the God and the devotee. And since God wants the devotees to come up to this level of friendship, He advents with a novel illustration. He comes with an ideal friend so that people may follow that trend. We have seen at length how this attitude has been demonstrated in each avatara, like Rama, Krishna, Buddha, etc. In Rama avatar we have seen how the Sakhya Bhav was demonstrated by this Kevat, that boatman, the Sugriva, that Vanar Raj, and others. Similarly, in Krishna, we have discussed at length how the Sakhya Bhava was demonstrated by the cowherd boys, by Sudama, Uddhava, Arjuna, and also, of course, his eternal companion Balarama. So also in the advent of Buddha, we had discussed about Ananda, and in the incarnation of Chaitanya with Nityananda. These relations have been discussed in various shades. And now we find that in the most recent incarnation of God, Sri Ramakrishna wonderfully illustrates this bhava with his eternal counterpart who appeared in this scene as Swami Vivekananda. So the wonderful relation of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda is an ideal presentation of the Sakhya Bhava. That we would like to discuss today. But though Sri Ramakrishna knew about his eternal friend, but he also went on doubt whether this is the same person as was revealed to him in a divine way. So he went back to his depth of realization and verified whether this person is truly his eternal friend. Because when they come in the precinct of this world, they assume on themselves a veil of ignorance. They are under the spell of Maya. What is the presentation is not natural. If God is always conscious about his Godhead, then his becoming a human being becomes less attractive, less effective. As has been said, God becomes man so that man may become God. If he has to assume a human body with all its failings and sorrows, miseries, joy, suffering, desires, and show the way. Assuming all these limitations, they show us the way. So he was eagerly waiting for this friend in Dakshineshwar, and suddenly he came across this person in the form of Narendranath. So as soon as he saw him, he was overwhelmed. But then his outer appearance, behavior, conduct and conversation was a little confusing to him because he appeared to be agnostic, Nastikvadi. So he went into realization, then he was shown that how this combination is going to work together. So you have to go to the genesis of this Sakhya Bhava here. He saw one of the Saptarshi Rishi, one of the great seers, one of the 7 great seers of the universe. This Saptarshi Rishi Mandala, they are this deep meditation that absorbed. His mind went up to that level, and there he found that one small, handsome boy, extremely attractive, he is trying to cajole, he is trying to caress a saint in meditation and trying to break his meditation. After a lot of effort, the saint gently opened a part of his eyes and lovingly looked at the child with a smile. Because he knew who is this person, their eternal companions. Then this child told him, I am going, you please follow me. আমি যাচ্ছি, তুমিও এসো. Because they have a joint role to play. This is the point to be remembered from the very beginning. This Sakya Bhava, this relation with God, is not a supplementary relation. God exists and Sakya, he establishes a relation. This relationship gives the total combined picture. We'll discuss at length. Now, when then the Rishi gave a nod, didn't speak anything. Rishi gave a nod, and then he saw a huge energy like the form of an electricity or this lightning. It descended towards the earth, and he could realize that Narendranath was the embodiment of that spiritual force. That friend has taken this body, this form, but he kept it hidden from Narendranath. Or else the Leela would not be so tasty, so effective. He told later on his relation with Narendranath, that when he confirmed that this is his friend, then first sign of friendship is this, that they would be intensely attracted towards each other. Now this is interesting, that though Sri Ramakrishna could confirm Narendranath as his friend, but Narendranath denied. This is a great enactment of love. When in a relation of friendship, when two persons are friends with each other, then they feel attracted to each other. But in true friendship, even if the partner does not pay any heed, does not accept the friendship, the other one will continue to love him without any expectation. The first condition of true love, when there is give and take, then that is not the true test of love. When there is love in an unidirection, without any hope of reward, without even a tinge of appreciation, even then the love will be as more as before. No deduction. So he used to jokingly said, the friend, that is an English word. So Sri Ramakrishna, without being much familiar to English vocabulary, used to say friendo. Now he found that Pratap Chandra Hajra, who was then staying in this Dakshineshwar, and he was a great friend of Narendranath because he was vicharshil. He used to make a lot of argumentation and discuss some intellectual topics with Narendranath. So Narendranath, whenever he would come to Dakshineshwar, he would spend some time in gossiping on various spiritual topics with Pratap Chandra Hajra. He had a very analytical mind, vichar vitark. So Sri Ramakrishna smilingly would say that Hajra is the ferendo of Narendranath and Narendranath is the ferendo of mine. My friend is Narendranath, Narendranath's friend is Hajra, Pratap Chandra Hajra. So though Sri Ramakrishna loved his friend Narendranath, eternal friend, very deeply, but he was ignored by Narendranath, the first point. And how much of attraction the Baburao Maharaj, Swami Premanandaji, he gives an account. He was also a young lad. He came and one day he stayed with Sri Ramakrishna in his bedroom, and then he saw how deeply he was feeling anguish for Narendranath. They were staying there, and there was one more person. That night he would get up and he could not sleep. He was going around his bed and lamenting. Have you slept? They got up and said, what happened? He said, I am feeling a great pain in my heart, as if some kitten is crawling my heart, my chest. I cannot sleep. And as if the towel is being wrung, my heart is being wrung like this wringing of a towel. It is being squeezed as the napkins or towels are squeezed to make them free from water. Similarly, my heart is being squeezed, wrung, and my heart is feeling extremely pain. And the pain is due to separation from Narendranath. He said he would come, but he could not come. He did not come. So I am very sorry for that. So these people, they thought how hard this person might have been. When Sri Ramakrishna is a great personality of purity and compassion and joy, when he is feeling so much of pain due to his separation, he should have come. He thought he must have been a very hard person. So they assured him, don't worry, tomorrow morning itself we'll go and bring him here. So this is the first point, that though Narendranath was his friend, Narendranath did not respond to his call of friendship. But the friendship did not end. In a human relation, the friendship would have completed. We cannot continue one way. But true friendship is only one way. We do not want any return. And then Narendranath came and they went on having interactions. And then due to the influence of Sri Ramakrishna, Narendranath wanted to renounce the world, become a monk, because he has a very pure mentality and he wanted to realize God, being a full-time spiritual aspirant. So one day he came with that intention that after making a pranam to Sri Ramakrishna, he would bid goodbye to the world. But he didn't say anything to Sri Ramakrishna. He could understand. He was Antarjami. that what he is going to do. Narendranath thought that he would go to Dakshineshwar, quietly meet Sri Ramakrishna, pay the due respects to him, and leave home and become a monk. Then Sri Ramakrishna, when he saw this Narendranath seated in his room, then he sang a song. And while singing, he wept bitterly. And hearing his song, Narendranath also wept bitterly. The other people couldn't understand what is going on, why they are weeping. The script of the song was, Kotha koite dorai, na koite dorai, mone shondo hoy, pache toma dhone, harai harai, ha rai. I am afraid to speak. I am afraid not to speak. Because I doubt. I am afraid so that I may lose a gem like you. This, and then it is Harai Matlab, O Rai. This Rai means Srimati. It's a bilap of the companions of Srimati. That it's a lamentation that I may lose you, that's why I am afraid to speak. And when he heard such song from Sri Ramakrishna, Narendranath could not check his emotion. He saw in his own eyes how deeply this man is in love with him. Pure love without any expectation and even being so much insulted and humiliated. Narendranath used to humiliate Sri Ramakrishna, insult him, literally insult him. When he would participate in a discussion, he would snub him down. He says, you don't know anything. You are an almost illiterate person. How dare you speak with us? Keep quiet. And then he would say, you are a mad person. You are insane. Like that, in so many ways, he would scold him. He would not give any response to his love. But nevertheless, Sri Ramakrishna was in deep affection for his beloved. In these days, when Narendranath did not visit him for quite some time, he inquired and himself went to Calcutta to meet him. When he went there, he could not find him in his residence, that Simla Street, and then he inquired and found that he has gone to attend a festival in Brahma Samaj. Narendranath was a member of Brahma Samaj. He straight went to that congregation. He was not invited. He went to that congregation just to meet Narendranath. He was missing him very much. So there he inquired, he said, yes, Narendranath is here. He is sitting in the audience. He straight went to the audience when Narendranath was seated, and he was beside himself with joy. So he was caressing him, he was very happy. Then Narendranath was surprised that how Sri Ramakrishna came and met him here. Now, very interesting thing happened, because Sri Ramakrishna by then was very famous as the Paramahamsa. His name and fame already spread among the Brahmos, because their leader Keshav Chandra Sen is a follower of Sri Ramakrishna. He was deeply overwhelmed by his power of spirituality. But they could not see him because he was staying in Dakshineshwar. Now that he has come in their congregation, so there was great hustle bustle to meet this Paramahamsa. And there is a hush. Paramahamsa has come, Paramahamsa has come. So there was some sermon going on, Brahma Samaj festival. someone has given some sermon from the platform, pulpit. That became disturbed, so people ran to make pranam to him. So the organizers, they were perplexed what to do. So someone put off the light. The light was switched off. So then there was more confusion. So the organizers didn't want that this Paramahansa should be so much drawing the attention of their followers. They switched on the light. Someone. So there's more confusion. So now Narendranath was in a fix. So in order to save this Sri Ramakrishna, he used to love him also because he's a simple man. To save this situation, he guarded him with his strong hand. Sri Ramakrishna had a frail body, lest there will be stampede. He guarded Sri Ramakrishna and slowly he took him out of the hall. And then he scolded, right and left he scolded Sri Ramakrishna that why have you come to see me? What was that great hurry? Sri Ramakrishna didn't pay any attention, any heed, nor was he disturbed. He said that I have come to see you, I have seen you, and that's all. I am happy. I do not care what has happened. I have come to see you, I have seen you, I am happy. That is the token of love. A friend becomes happy just to be in the company of the friend without any more return. Then this is how Sri Ramakrishna has demonstrated his friendship. That is one side of the story. And we will also see how Swami Vivekananda responded to his friendship to Sri Ramakrishna. So in the first part, we have seen how Sri Ramakrishna has demonstrated. Then we know in the life of Swami Vivekananda that he was in a great financial crisis. This was a lila. So then he approached Sri Ramakrishna that to resolve the financial problem. Now Sri Ramakrishna wanted that Narendranath should continue his mission, being his counterpart. As I said, they're complementary. Sri Ramakrishna used to say that Sri Ramakrishna was having a feminine conduct outside, but inside he was having the masculine attitude. Baire Prakriti, Bhetore Purush. And Swami Vivekananda was just the opposite, reverse. He had a very masculine attitude outside, but inside he has a soft heart, like woman. This is the counterpart, complement, the two sides of the same coin. But he wanted that Narendranath should be oriented towards the mother Kali, Shakti, because he has to do a lot of work being an instrument in the hand of the mother. So he has to have obeisance. He has to be aligned in the Shakti worship. So when Narendranath was in such a financial distress, he approached Sri Ramakrishna. He said, why don't you go and ask mother? And we know Swami Vivekananda denied. He said, there is no mother, he is a stone idol of metal. It's an inert object. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, you go and find out. You pray to him and see what happens. He was forced to the temple of the Divine Mother, and there Swami Vivekananda, then Narendranath, at that stage, was overwhelmed to see the living presence of the Divine Mother. A living being with all her magnanimity, compassion, and divine splendor. He saw face to face. And obviously he was overwhelmed. He could not pray anything mundane. He came back and Sri Ramakrishna asked, did you ask for any financial bonus? He said, no, I could not. Then Narendranath came back to his senses and says, what will happen? My original problem is still unresolved. He said, go back again. So thrice he was sent, and the third time Narendranath understood his folly. In front of the Mother of the Universe, what am I doing? What are these simple, bogus things I am asking? No, I cannot do that. So he asked, Jnana, Bhakti, pure devotion, pure knowledge, Vairagyam, Prema, all these divine pleasures he prayed. And he came back and Sri Ramakrishna assured him, don't worry, Mother has said, you won't have any difficulty for your this shelter and clothing and food, etc. Then the episode came that Swami Vivekananda, the Narendranath, learned, he said, please teach me a song of Mother, in the praise of Mother. And then he was taught this song, Ma Tanghi Tara, Tumi Triguna Dhara Parat Para. He sang this song whole night. And then following day, in the afternoon, he slept the whole day. In the afternoon, he came to his room and Sri Ramakrishna was smoking tobacco from a hookah. And while smoking tobacco, he suddenly came and sat on the lap of Narendranath. And then he said, Nay, I will smoke in the hookah, chili mein khao. So he was smoking. Then he offered that tobacco to Narendranath and told him to smoke while sitting on his lap. Narendranath objected because he had a reverential attitude to this venerable person. He said, no, I cannot do this. He said, no. He forced him. And then after Narendranath smoked a couple of puffs to satisfy Sri Ramakrishna, he brought that same chilam and started smoking. Then Narendranath vehemently objected. He said, what are you doing? Please wash the chilam, then smoke again. He said, no. Tor to bari hin buddhi. You are a mean-minded person. Don't you see that this body and that body, touching his body, he says, are both one and the same. Etavami, otavami. This is me and that is mine. There is no separation. Narendranath and Sri Ramakrishna are the two expressions of the same reality. Sri Ramakrishna said, Narendranath heard but could not realize at that moment. But this is the eternal relation. The friends are inseparable, avinna. They are inseparable. We know that Sister Nivedita used to write her signature, her name as Nivedita of Ramakrishna Vivekananda. She would not write Nivedita of Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Vivekananda was her guru and Ramakrishna was her Paramaguru. So normally it should be Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. He said, no. Ramakrishna Vivekananda, single reality. She used to say, justify her saying that there is a shadow when object there is a shadow, then the shade has two different aspects. One is amra, another is penamra. Chaya and prachaya. One darker shadow and lighter shadow. But he cannot decipher where the darker shadow ends and lighter shadow begins. They are interpolated with each other. It cannot be separated. Similarly, you cannot say where Ramakrishna ends and Vivekananda begins, or the other way around. They are the two expressions of the same reality. And I belong to them. I belong to this pair. This pair of Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. That was her understanding and that was her conviction. So here, Sri Ramakrishna held this attitude, and the culmination came on the deathbed of Sri Ramakrishna. Just a few days before his departure from this mortal frame, he called Swami Vivekananda to his room, and the doors were locked, and then he went into ecstasy, and Narendranath lost his outer consciousness. He didn't know what is going on. After a while, when he regained his consciousness, he found that Sri Ramakrishna was profusely weeping. He didn't know what happened in the meantime, because he was not in his normal consciousness. Then he could not understand what went on in the meantime. Then Sri Ramakrishna told him, revealed. He says that today I have transferred all I had with me so far, and I have become a fakir. I am nobody now. I have transferred all my wealth to you, very spiritual treasures. তোকে সব দিয়ে আজ ফকির হলাম. And then he said, with this power, you will do wonders. And you will do mother's work. And after your work is over, you will go back from where you came. Narendra didn't know from where he came. Sri Ramakrishna revealed that he has come from that Saptarshi Mandal. And he told others, do not reveal it to Swami Vivek, to Narendranath. But if he knows, he may go back before completion of his mission. So now he told Narendranath point blank. So this is an episode which we can say that Kalevar Parivartan. We know in Puri, Jagannath Puri, Shri Kshetra, there is this Jagannath image is made of timber, wood. So it is carved of a wood, Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, and installed. And every 12 years, this wood is changed. The wood gets old. So every 12th year, the wood comes floating in the sea, and then some fresh idols are carved out of that wood, and this new image is installed and the old image is removed. This is called Kalevar Parivartan. The external image, that wooden image gets changed, but the spirit inside is transferred. Similarly, we find here the spirit of Sri Ramakrishna was installed in the body of Swami Vivekananda. So now, Swami Vivekananda was in appearance, but inside it was Sri Ramakrishna. Now, Swami Vivekananda did not realize at that moment what has happened. But later he realized, and that he expressed in a poem. What he understood, he expressed in a poem out of his own realization, not at that point. So Sri Ramakrishna left his body. Though Swami Vivekananda, afterwards he got sannyas and held the name of Swami Vivekananda, but he was Narendranath. So till then he could understand that this Sri Ramakrishna was a great man, a saintly person, but he had some shortcomings also. That was his estimation of Sri Ramakrishna at that time. So after Sri Ramakrishna expired, he went on pilgrimage. He went to Ghazipur. And he met a wonderful saint, Pauhari Baba. As the name suggests, Pauhari matlab Pavan Ahari. He drinks and eats air only. He does not take any food. He remains in fasting for days together and resides within a cave underneath the ground. And he would come out of his cave occasionally and talk to others from inside a wall. Nobody would see him. That was his description, Pauhari Baba. He was a great saint. So Swami Vivekananda heard of him and talked to him from outside the wall. And Pauhari Baba, after conversation with Swami Vivekananda, was greatly inspired. And Pauhari Baba also used to respect Sri Ramakrishna. When Sri Ramakrishna was alive, somebody came from Ghazipur and told Sri Ramakrishna, we have seen in Ghazipur, Pauhari Baba is keeping a photograph of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said, the photograph of this cover, because Sri Ramakrishna always reminded the devotees that the personality is not the body, but the inner being of the outer covering. So here, Pauhari Baba assured Swami Vivekananda to teach him further requirements in his life. Swami Vivekananda thought that his body was not very sound. He wanted to practice yogasana, which Sri Ramakrishna didn't teach him. He thought that Sri Ramakrishna was not adept, competent in this science, so he could not teach him. And Sri Ramakrishna himself was having a frail body, and so Swami Vivekananda didn't have any clue of these yogic exercises from Sri Ramakrishna. So Pauhari Baba said, I will teach you, provided you take initiation from me. Swami Vivekananda readily agreed. Though he had a guru, Sri Ramakrishna, and though he was convinced before Sri Ramakrishna left his body, he was still in a fix, and he said, if at this moment he acknowledges that he is God incarnate, I will believe. Then Sri Ramakrishna said in a frail voice, still you have a doubt. The person who was Rama and Krishna has come in this form as Ramakrishna. She was surprised. So his doubt was clarified, even unasked. Even then he was not convinced in the core of his heart. He thought that I will make him another guru and learn from him, which he could not learn from Sri Ramakrishna. So he decided the following day he would take initiation, and at night he could not sleep. There was a night with moonlight, moonshine, and from the window he suddenly saw that Sri Ramakrishna has appeared. But he is not saying anything, he is looking at him with tears in his eyes. He was overwhelmed that how Sri Ramakrishna appeared at night and with a painful face, just looking at him without a word, with tears in his eyes. She felt very much moved. She decided that tomorrow morning I should not take initiation. Let us postpone. He went to Pawari Baba. He said, today I will not take initiation, let us fix it tomorrow. Because I didn't have a very peaceful night. It was postponed. Now this continued for 40 consecutive days. 40 days it consecutively. Every day he dissolves, I will take initiation tomorrow from Pawari Baba. The same night Ramakrishna comes. Then after 40 days, this vision convinced him that this act of making Pawari Baba as his second guru will not be any beneficial for him. It should not be done. So he discarded the plan and he wrote to his friend Pramada Das Mitra in a letter that now I have been convinced that Sri Ramakrishna has no parallel. I will not go to anyone else any further. My whole faith will now be directed to Sri Ramakrishna and Ramakrishna alone. This fact also he acknowledged in that poem he wrote, where his share of deep friendship with Sri Ramakrishna has been revealed. This poem is given in the complete verse and also a book, In Search of God and Other Poems, in Bengali original, Shaka, this Birbani. And this heading of the poem is Gai Geet Shunate Tumay. A song I sing to thee, meaning Sri Ramakrishna. Now, the song has a very deep meaning. It's a Bengali song in the form of a poem. Gai Geet Shonate Tomay Bhalo Mondo Nahi Goni Nahi Goni Loko Ninda Josho Katha Das Toma Dohakar Shashoktik Nomitavo Pode আছো তুমি পিছে দাঁড়াইয়ে তাই ফিরে দেখি তব হাসি মুখ I do not care for any opinion, good or bad, or praise or blame. I am the servant of both of you, that is Sri Ramakrishna and Srima Sharda. So Shakti, now you have appeared with your power. Srima Sharda Devi was his power, so they are also inseparable. I bow down to you both, and I know you are always behind me. That's why I sometimes look back and see your smiling face. This friend never leaves. The friend indeed is a friend indeed. They are inseparable. This realization has come to Swami Vivekananda, that he reveals in this poem. Fire fire gai, karena dorai, janmo mrityu mor padotale, das tabo janame janame dayanidhi. I sing again and again, without fearing anyone. This one dimension of love is this, that it makes us free from all fear. It makes us fearless. The one dimension of love is fearlessness. Another dimension is no expectation, nothing to get in return. So here he says, I am fearless, and his birth and death is under my feet. Nevertheless, I am your servant, your very own, in every birth. This is important. That God and his eternal friend comes again and again in every incarnation as a model of the Sakhya Bhav for others to follow. Tabo goti nahi jani, mamo goti taho na jani, keba chaye jani bare. I do not know what is your motive, where are you going. I do not know either where I am going, and I do not care to know it either. We know we are friends with each other, that's all. I do not know what is the destination of you or mine. I don't care to know either. Bhukti mukti bhakti adi joto, jop tab sadhan bhajan, agga tabo diyechi taraye. Ache matro jana jani ash, tao prabhu karo par. Wonderful poetry. All our aspirations are bhukti, mukti, liberation, affluence, devotion, japam, sadhan, spiritual treasures. I have banished all these. I do not care for anything else. Only my last wish was to know who you are, and that also I want to transcend. The last was an inquiry. Who are you and who am I? What is our relation? I do not care for anything else. But that too, that desire to know should also be transcended. Tao Prabhu Karopa, please make me transcend that desire also. Now he says the topic, the message of oneness. চক্ষু দেখে অখিল জগৎ না চাহে দেখিতে আপনায় কেন বা দেখিবে. This eye see the world. Eye cannot see the eye. And why should it see? The eye is meant to see the world outside. And it cannot see itself, not there is any necessity. দেখে নিজ রূপ দেখিলে পরের মুখ তব আঁখি মম তব রূপ সর্ব ঘটে. Now this is the message of oneness. When the lover sees his beloved in all the beings, he sees himself in the form of his beloved. নিজ রূপ দেখিলে পরের মুখ তুমি আঁখি মম তব রূপ সর্ব ঘটে. What a deep sentence. You are my eyes and you are existing even outside. You are within me, you are outside me. I am seeing you outside, and my eyes also are yours. Through your eyes, I am seeing everything outside. I don't exist anymore. It's thee and thee alone. The two entities have merged into one personality. And then he acknowledges and begs to be forgiven his folly. ছেলে খেলা করি তব শনে কবু ক্রোধ করি তোমা পরে যেতে চাই দূরে পলাইয়ে. I play with you, I sometimes am angry with you, and I want to go away from you. That happened. I have said that earlier he went to renounce the world and go away from Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna says, then I am afraid to speak, I am afraid not to speak. Kotha kuiti dorai na kuiti. Secondly, in Ghazipur, he wanted to renounce, get away from Sri Ramakrishna. Cheti chai dure polaiye, I want to go away from you. Then he reveals that anecdote. Shiore dadaye tumi dete, নির্বাক আনন্দ ছলো ছলো আঁখি চাহো মম মুখ পানে. I saw you outside the window in the night for so many days consecutively, and then nirbak anand face, nirbak, without any word, you are standing silently and cholo cholo aaki, with tears in your eyes. I have seen you. I wanted to get away from you, but I have seen you protecting me, standing beside, without any murmur, only looking at my face. You are looking at my face with a quiet reaction of what am I doing. অমনি যে ফিরি তব পায়ে ধরি কিন্তু ক্ষমা নাহি মাগি. Seeing your face, I came back and I fell at your feet, but I did not ask to be forgiven. Why? তুমি নাহি করো রোষ পুত্র তব অন্যকে সহিবে প্রগল্ভতা. You are not angry. A friend can never be angry with his beloved. Its love compensates, covers everything. He cannot see any shortcoming of his beloved. So when I came back and I couldn't ask forgiveness because I am already forgiven. I am your very own. Who else will bear so much of torture and my foolery? Who else will bear? It's only my beloved, eternal beloved, my Sakha. Now he reveals the relation, what I was talking about since morning. Prabhu tumi, prano shakha tumi mor. Here you see who Sri Ramakrishna was to Swami Vivekananda has been documented by his own writing in this poem. He is confirmed. You are my Lord. Prana shakha tumi mor. You are my dearest friend. Kohu dekhi ami tumi, tumi ami. Sometimes I see I am you, sometimes I see you are me. There is no difference. Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Bani tumi bina pani konte mor. You are my voice. Bina pani means Saraswati. The goddess Saraswati is sitting in my throat, and that is the voice of Sri Ramakrishna. He said elsewhere also, if I have said anything good, that credit goes to Sri Ramakrishna. If I have said anything bad, that is my discredit. That was a distortion of his message. I have nothing to say. It's all his message. Mani tumi bina pani konte mor. You are sitting in the throat of mine, delivering his message through this body, through this system. I am an instrument in your hand. Torange tomar bheshe jay naro nari. By your message, torang, waves of your message, everything will be inundated. Swami Vivekananda said, from the center of Balloon Mount, great tidal wave of spirituality will spread the entire universe, entire world, and make it spiritual. We know that It is Sri Ramakrishna who persuaded Swami Vivekananda to travel to the West. He didn't want to go. He said that my mission is to raise my motherland. But when he was in South India, he saw Sri Ramakrishna is traveling in the sea and calling him to follow. He could not understand this vision. He wrote to Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi that I am seeing this vision. Is it correct? Is it true? Sri Ma Sharda Devi clarified and said, yes, you must go. First of all, he went, thinking that he will get some help from the West to help his motherland. But he gave almost all his spiritual treasures in the West, and understanding his new mission, regeneration of the entire world. And that is Sri Ramakrishna in this body. So here is a great story. So when Girish Chandra Ghosh told Swami Vivekananda to write about Sri Ramakrishna, a biography, because who else will be more competent to write about Sri Ramakrishna? Then Swami Vivekananda says, I can do anything you say other than this. I can crush the mountain, I can dry up a ocean, but I cannot do this. It's too great to be expressed. But his wish was fulfilled by his composition of this Aratric bhajan, which he sing every evening. Khandana bhava bandhana, jaga bandhana, bandi tumai. This song is in nutshell the biography of Sri Ramakrishna. And there the key word is Chira Unmada Prema Pathar. That is Sri Ramakrishna. Love personified, and that has been enacted in the ideal friendship relation between Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna, the most modern and most elevating demonstration of Sakhya Bhava. We close with this to start the next Bhava from next week onwards, Vatsalya Bhava. But this wonderful relation we should remember and try to imbibe as far as possible in our spiritual life. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Let us close with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with him. Please join with me wherever you are. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Announcement: next Sunday there will be 14th annual conference of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Ramakrishna Vivekananda Bhavaprachar Parishad. This conference will be over Google Meet, over internet, will be hosted from Ramakrishna Math, Lucknow, and this lecture on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna will constitute a part of the program. So as usual, we will have the morning Gospel class, which will be included in that program of the conference. And there will be other programs also, which also will be streamed over the YouTube. Thank you.